Alright. So half of the fucking VOD didn't God, it didn't go through. So we're just gonna watch the part that I have, and then we're gonna go over back over it and all. I'm so fucking upset because I literally poured out my heart into the last bit. So we're gonna watch. Hello, my name is Jaitula. Today I'm gonna be going over okay. Coaching. Okay. So we're gonna watch this and then we'll go over we'll go back over Route C6 about review for Q quarantine. So let's get started. I haven't watched over this VOD whatsoever, but yeah, hopefully it'll be good. I heard there were some issues revolving around it. Alright, so let's get started.
Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
The defense looks good. Preferably you would want to run an Ashe instead of McCree, and you can run Echo with its comp. Echo's actually surprisingly good. I've run Widow, or I've run like Widow Ashe on here. I've run Hanzo Ashe, but the McCree pick here is kind of useless. Um, he's not really gonna get a lot done, and it's just not the best pick here. You should have been running an Ashe. Because if they're gonna actually come out with the Bastion pick, or if they're running like a double shield, it's just really good to like Ashe for against like Dynamite. A double shield is so good. Like her Dynamite is just really useful and gets like dive if they do run dive. This is where Ashe can be still good because you just go for the pool and dynamites. You can dynamite the tanks when they go in. You can dynamite the back line. You can put pressure in the back line. Like Ashe is like a Widow, but with a better escape tool than her. So I still think Ashe is good. I see why you run the McCree, so if they do run dive, but you'd be better just to run Ashe and protect your Ashe. Hard to be very careful about playing that up close. You usually just want to go for a Sonic on the door and stay back. Real quick, um, since they're running the Widow, no one should be peeking this. You guys need to rotate your shields very well. Let's watch that again. This is what I mean by about careful positioning. If they're ever running a Widow, you have to be holding. You have to be aware of your positioning whatsoever. Like you have to be aware. Like you can't just like peek or go for a kill. Like you, as a support and as like anyone on the team, basically against a Widow, you have to be aware of your positioning, the angles that you're going to you're going to overextend to go get for the kill. It's very important, especially as a support, to know your positioning and knowing what you're putting if you're putting yourself out of position, especially against a character that can one shot you. My second note was that you guys should be rotating shields first. It goes Orisa, then it goes Sigma shield, then it goes Suck. But you never want to be peeking outside of the shield. So against this Tracer, we already used Flashbang, I'm guessing. See, like, just look. McCree's not getting any value here. Like, they have Tracer, yes. They have Ball, yeah. So he's gonna use a stun. But other than that, he's just no damage. I get he finally got a kill, but what is he doing else in the fight? He's basically just the CC. He's the CC man. Like, he's just the only thing he's useful is using a stun. Other than that, his damage is not as good as Ashe. He's not getting a lot of picks whatsoever. You guys should. Dropping here is fine, but you need to be controlling high ground no matter what. Like, you never want to give up high ground control. Like, yes, you want to be stopping the cart, but if cart gets about, like, right here, like right here, then that's when you drop. If you drop here, you're just giving up high ground control, and they could easily just push up here and then take high ground over you. But if they were running double shield, they're not. It's just you never want to get dived to high ground. See, now the Tracer can get up here for free and has like control. So she can drop on top of each other. She can come behind you. Like this position is not very well, like not very strong, because you have this high ground, you have this high ground, and then you have this full flank area right here. It's just you want to be holding this high ground as much as you can after every fight. So this fight is over. The only person in the fight still is Tracer. You guys should be rotating right now. You guys should not be holding point. You guys you're giving up high ground for free. You guys should have rotated and you didn't rotate. I don't know if McCree is like calling for it because he's holding really far back, but McCree should maybe not be holding that far back. Well, I guess you should be playing with this. You should be playing this as sports. That wasn't the most optimal dragon, because like let me go back.
See through the dragon's eyes.
You want to drag it and then pull into it. That's what the issue was. Because the reason why you drag it and then pull into it is because by the time you drag it and get the dragon out for the pull, they've already escaped it. They've already escaped the pull. So you always want to pull first. You always want to dragon first and then pull them into the dragon. Second, here's an example. Mick's taking control of the high ground here, as he should, and you guys have no control of the high ground here. Look at Mick. He's fucking low, dude. See, look. Now, if Cart tries to take away this high ground, he has no one to help him. So he's going to push back. Yep, Diva's going to take it. Diva's going to do next for it. I'm going to turn down my volume because I bet you guys can't hear me because of my volume. You guys are equalizing. That's really good. Is no one like Frosty not listening? This Diva should have been focused and killed, punished. She punished completely. That's okay. Enemy team's not running the best comp here. Orisa Diva's not terrible, but the DPS lineup's really bad. I'll see. So now you guys are taking control here. Okay. I don't want to be rude, but you guys should have been taking control of this way sooner. Like, you should be up here after every fight. Every time you drop the contested card, after the end of the fight, you get fucking right back up here. There's no reason why to get this up for free. You have control of this entire fucking map because of it. You have the control of this whole area. This is your space that you control. There's no reason to give it up for free. There's no reason to not be holding it. It's just the most optimal play. This is why you can get fucking full hold, because if a team can fucking hold up here perfectly and like hold up here and shoot out tons of damage, have an Ashe, they'll never push the cart. That's a tank issue. That's also your positioning. Look here. Rockslow doesn't have a shield, so he goldens. He should not be using golden there. Frosty should be right next to him. If okay. So here's the issue with learning when to play an off angle. Your Hanzo's not holding the off angle, nor are you guys calling to hold an off angle. So there's not a lot of reason for you to hold the off angle if you're not even gonna go for it in the first place. If your whole team is bunkered up here, the Sigma should understand. Okay, they're putting lots of damage into my team. I just need to be holding with my Orisa. Or if they're not putting lots of damage in my team, then I'm gonna be going for an off angle. Frosty realized that he wasn't getting enough value out of off angle and saw that his shield was down. He pushed back over here. He shifted. He did well. He got pushed back. Grace went out for a kill. These three people, the only person who should be picking this is Baby Hanzo. Grace is front lane right now. She's just dying. The reason why the Hanzo can do it is because he has just jump, and maybe McCree can do it if he has just roll up. But Orisa and fucking Ursa and Zen should not be picking that, no matter what. Like, if you don't have your Orisa shield up, or if you don't have your Sigma shield up, you should not be picking it as a support. You should be playing back here. Yeah. So I'm not surprised you died there. See, like, the shields are not up, I'm guessing. Sigma didn't get there in time to put the shield up. So it's a support, it's you have to be fair. Support is one of the hardest positions to play. It's like a lot like playing tank. Like a DPS can die and you can still win the fight, or DPS could feed their ass off, you can still win the fight. But if you have a support or a tank that out gets like positions or doesn't rotate or holds in a very aggressive position without the safety of their team, then you should be picking it. Like, yes, your Sigma should have been there, but he also got whipped back. And it's just understanding that, okay, I can't be picking this, or just playing a little bit safer. Because I think I've talked to you, or talked to Grace about playing a little bit more safer positioning. Because you could get, like, used in, yes, you're going to be dealing damage, but you also want to be making sure you play a very safe positioning. Like, support is it's all about positioning and rotations.
I've got you in my sights.
Did you guys get pulled there? I think you did. Yes. That's a very good pull.
I've got you in my sights.
See, this is what I mean by pull is so fucking good. The pull, you pulled them. Okay, so Kid pulled them into anti, instantly killed. Pulled them into visor as well. They won the fight just because of one pull. This is the reason why pull is so fucking. It's so. It's actually. It's so impressive. It's so good. This is how you should be getting good value of your pulls. Learning whenever you can position the enemy team, position them somewhere else to your advantage, is something you want to be looking for with your pulls. See, look, he's trying to pull you guys off. He does. He gets it. This is what you should be looking for in your pulls. I think it's mispositioning. If that's a correct word, I don't even think that's. I don't think that's a word. But trying to pull the team out of their position and put them in a disadvantage is what you should be going for. Like, it's pulling them into ultimates, pulling them into things. That pull, it allowed them to push up and take control of this high ground. It put you guys in a disadvantage because now you guys don't have the protection of this area. Also, let's go back a little further. Why were you two holding this aggressive positioning when your team's not even with you? You guys should not be holding this in the first place. Like, you can't just assume the team's not going to push up and take space. Like, yes, you want to hold space, but you don't have a fucking team to take control of that space with you. You guys are feeding here. In my opinion, you're feeding. But you're just going to get killed. You're an Orisa and a Zenyatta. What do you think you're gonna do? Like, yes, you want to be holding space. I'm sorry if I'm rude today. I don't mean if this is sounding rude, but I'm just like, I'm trying to let you guys understand that you fed. Like, I'm just being honest. You fed here. You don't have your team. Like, you want to be pushing out as a team and going for, like, you can still come back and take control of this high ground. Like, 100%. Like, you can still take control of the high ground. You have an Orisa. If your Orisa is up, you Orisa. Pool, discord the target and rock them. They're insta-killed. Or you storm arrow into the pool. But because you guys pushed up, you already lost the team fight. If you guys had pushed out together and then taken control of this high ground up here, or even like drop down and pushed up here, Kid is out of position. Because then if you're so here, Kid and Mick and the McCree are all up here. Okay, they're all up here. They're not playing together. Mick was playing over here soon. So if you guys had pushed in together as a team and tried to push Kid off, you guys would have succeeded in it. Because he doesn't have his Sigma with him. But instead, like, by the time you guys got out here, you guys have to wait because now you have to give them the entire space. Like, if anyone's going to go and hold high ground or, like, try and maintain it while your team's coming back, it's going to be your Sigma. Because he has the rock. He has the mobile shield. He has the fucking suck. He would be the better player. He would be not the better player. He'd be the better hero to go out there and take a hold. See, now look, you guys can come out. You missed the shield too early. You should be using Sigma shield to get him out. Could have been a better pool. You guys used 4 ults for. Wait, 4 ults? Yeah, you guys used 4 ults for one fight. Okay. Why did you guys trans? See, like, look how much space you took with this fight. Like, you guys could have. You wasted 10 seconds to get them set up. Like, you. I'm not gonna go over it again because I could actually. I would drill. I would drill it into your skull of why you guys should have waited. Don't ever push out by yourself. Especially as a support, especially as your main tank. Because if you guys two die, you lose the fight immediately. Okay, so you guys pushed out. Brock took the space. He's trying to maintain control. Why do we drag him from so far back? If anything, you want to drag in, you want to be dragging. You want to try and get as close as possible, or like holding an off angle. Like Cart could be playing like up here because there's no DPS to really pressure him. Or I think Mick dropped. Or like playing up here. Cart should be playing up here and then going for a dragon up here because the distance is a lot closer. And it makes it harder for the enemy team to know which direction the dragon is coming from. Did you guys go for a pool? That was good. Just 2 of them had like movement abilities. Okay, so the high noon. Did we trans to try and keep him alive? We should have just used Immort. And then save trans for their flux because even though they don't have flux, you still want to be using trans for something else other than that. Like this wasn't a terrible trans. It's you needed to do it a lot sooner. Like once you, it's either because he's not gonna live no matter what. Can you get trans? So hold on. One second. You would have not been able to save him even with your trans. So here's this. Burst damage is the only way to get through trans. And technically speaking, McCree's ultimate is burst damage because the longer you hold it, the more damage you can get out of it. The only person who would have lived through the high noon would have been you, Zenyatta. So from what I've read, is that high noon can eat through trance. I wouldn't be surprised. So you should have either used Immort on him, or you should just accept the fact that he was gonna die. Did he have time to like Sigma suck? Okay, so here's where my recording cuts off because I forgot that I set God, I'm so upset. You don't understand how upset I am. I forgot that I set F1 and F2 as a recording it's recording buttons, and it stopped recording there. So I went through this whole map. As your attack is not really worth it going over. I can explain why you guys lost your attack fairly easily, but I'm so upset. I just removed those buttons. Okay. So what I said about your Sigma here is that your Sigma either should have gone over to the wall because it did look like that he was able to. Make sure I'm recording real quick. Okay, I am. Good shit. Okay, 2 of them have movement abilities to get out. He could have moved over to the right, but it looked like he was going to kill him anyway. So your Sigma was going to be dead there no matter what. I mean, you could have used Immort to save him, but you shouldn't have used trans. Like, your Sigma was dead no matter what. Like, fuck. Dude, I'm a mess right now. I'm so a mess. But it looked like he wasn't going to live. Because even if he went to the right, I don't think he would have gotten there in time. So you guys lost that fight. Yeah, like you could have used trans or visor here. I remember saying that because since you used trans there, they had a free nanovisor, and I don't think nanovisor can actually eat through trans. But I could be wrong. Like there's a lot of ultimates that can't eat through trans. There's I think I went over them, I'm pretty sure. But I don't think it can eat through trans. So it would have been better to use it there and just try and use, because for whenever you're using like Babs in and they go for like a flux, you always want to just use Immort for it. And since you use trans to keep your sig alive through the high noon, which wasn't a bad call, but it was just knowing the limits of your trans. So then you didn't have it for nanovisor, and you guys lost the fight because of it. It wasn't a bad call, but it could have been better, and it was just like it was just a matter of fact of knowing that there's so many notes that I fucking missed. I talked so. Dude, I talked so much about this map. My backup. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. Alright, I'm good. Okay, so I talked so much about this map, and oh, where's my mic audio? Okay, I think it's on the correct mic. This is so scuffed. Okay, so your main issue for this map was that you didn't take advantage of the high ground control. Like switching the Rhine here wasn't bad, but running when you guys switched to Ana Zen, that's what really killed you. Your composition for your attack and the rest of this map killed you, because what it does is it doesn't enable your tanks. Sorry, I'm having to go through this fast because I actually have to leave in like 10 minutes. But what it does is your supports don't enable tanks. I can show you a good example about this here. But with the Rhine Sigma, you want to play aggro, you want to make sure you maintain control. I think you guys should have just... I don't know. I don't think Rhine here was a bad call. But if you wanted to keep the Zen, you should have just stayed for double shield and run Babs in. Ana Zen is one of the worst heal compositions you could be running. The better compositions you could be running are like Brig Ana, Brig Bap. You guys got pulled into it. Very nice. So throughout this map, your McCree finally got value. You guys should switch off the McCree and run Ash, because you guys are just giving Mick the free high ground control. Like this whole map, there's a reason why Ash, and there's a reason why like any person that can hold high ground is very good on this map, because if you can hold up here or like over here, you basically control most of the map. It's like basically a first point where you can like that whole little island and controls most of the map. So we need to be taking advantage of that. Plus your McCree's not really gonna value it here. Also, Cart's not holding high ground. There's no reason why, as Hanzo, you should be not holding high ground or holding an off angle. Because you guys don't have an Ash here, you should be fucking if you don't have an Ash here, you should be holding you as Hanzo should be either holding an off angle or holding the high ground. If you hold here with your team, it's like playing Pharah. God, there's so many notes I miss. I'm so upset. If it's like playing your team as Pharah, you never want to play as your team as Pharah. You always want to be holding an off angle. It's like playing a pincher. You know what I mean? So you shoot from behind, you spam damage in you. It allows your team to push in, and it corners their team, because there's either a high damage Pharah or that's constantly spamming your team, and then there's the whole rest of the enemy team that's coming in to act on those on the high damage that Pharah puts out. I'm so sorry. All right. So the reason why your support composition here is gonna be really bad is two things. One, when you play Brawl, you want to be playing together. You don't want to be playing split. And two, when you play Brawl, it's all about engages, and you're with the Ryan's sake here. You're not necessarily going for Brawl. I'm gonna call it Brawl, but I'm just talking about Reinhardt. Reinhardt is gonna want to swing his hammer and maintain space, like control. When you're trying to run Ryan into like a double shield like an Orisa, his shield's just gonna get broken. But I think Kid switches off here soon. But your supports are playing way too far back, which doesn't enable the takes the whole play at far angle. Plus, you're with the support lineup you're running right now, you don't have a lot of heals or a lot of sustain, and it's gonna ultimately kill you in the end. Because it'd be better for you to be running like Brigitte, Ana, Brig Bap is actually really good. Brig Lucio is actually really strong for Bap, or for Did I say Brig Lucio? Bap Lucio is really good for Sigma Reinhardt. You can run on a Brig. You could do like there's so many. If you guys ever want like direction with comps, like please let me know because your attack round was honestly I can go over your attack round in 1 minute and tell you exactly what you did wrong. Your composition will kill you. There's so many factors in this game, and every hero affects one hero can affect the entire team, and you just have to understand that composition is very important. It's the reason why in Overwatch League there for this whole like season it was all about counter swapping. So we have to be aware of that. Your support lineup doesn't allow your takes to play the way they don't want to, and it allows your takes to easily get run over. I think this is what's gonna happen here soon when they finally switch to Ryan. But as Hanzo, you're gonna be challenging the soldier. Like, don't be afraid. It's a fucking soldier. Don't be afraid to take your spaces, Hanzo. Get up, take control of the high ground. Don't let him get it for free. See, Cart's out of position here. I think he dies. Yep, he shouldn't have been there. So look here. I just span my space bar. It doesn't pause it. Okay, so look here. What is wrong with this picture? You have your tanks pushed up, like they should be, holding space and maintaining it. And then you have your support lineup all the way in the back. So upset. I already went over this. It makes me so sad that I have to go back over it. Okay. Your McCree is useless here. I'm not being rude to the player. I'm just saying he should not be playing so far back. Each hero has its value range. I think I've talked about this before, but I'm going to go back over it again. Widow's value range is long distance and medium. Very iffy and medium. McCree's range is like short to medium. Because if you look at every hero's kit, you can understand their value range. So if you look at May is very short to like medium. She's not very good. She's not like medium-ish. She's very short range. So you get the most value out of your kit very short range, and there's no reason why you should be trying to get value out of May with long range. Because she's not built for long range. She doesn't get her maximum value out of that. So looking at McCree here. McCree should be playing with his tanks because he has a stun and he has constant right clicks into the enemy's shield. You can spam down shields a lot quicker when you're holding like right click instead of going left click. So left click goes shot, 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 shot. And you don't do as much damage as if you just constantly spam your right click, which is actually really fast. You reload quicker and you can constantly spam it into the enemy right shield, which prevents him from shooting into your right shield. The reason why McCree is still good in the meta. Also high noon to break shield, ECC, EDC. Your McCree is playing too far back here, and he needs to be playing more up with your tanks. He's not getting the value out of he needs because look, he's playing so far range. He's playing with his supports. I get why he's playing with the supports because of the Genji, but there's no reason. But your supports are already screwed from the start. You should not be running Ana Zin. That's the absolute worst call you could have made here. Your support lineup does not support your tanks. It does not enable them. It doesn't enable your DPS ever. Like it's just Ana Zin is god awful. And I want to make sure I get that point across, and I don't want to sound like I'm drilling you or stuff like that. But it's very important to understand how one hero can affect the entire team, how every hero on the team affects the rest of your teammates. I was playing a comp game, and we're running Rein Zarya, McCree, Pharah, Ana Lucio. We lost that game because our Pharah was constantly running Pharah into the enemy hit scan, who was running double hit scan. And we lost that game because of one hero, because they didn't switch. And it's that one hero can affect the entire game. You running Zenyatta here is affecting the entire team. You should be running Lucio or you should be running Brigitte. There's no reason why you should be playing Zen. The reason you should be playing Zen is with Baptiste. So, sorry that I'm going over things fast. I just have to go in literally 10 minutes, and this is not going to get uploaded. So, your tanks are in the correct position here. Your McCree is out of position. He should be playing up with his tanks. He's playing way too far back, way too passive, and way too safe. He needs to be pushed up. Also, your tanks, you're leaving your tanks to get fucking overwhelmed. This is the reason why Zenyatta Ana is really dog shit. Because if you're running Baptiste Sin, then you're playing as a bunker. You're playing together, and that's why they really strive. But when you play Ana Zin, you're forced to play back because if you're in mobility, you're very acceptable to dives. You have no very little protection abilities. you're very vulnerable. Like it's just it's forces you to play far away from your team because you can't because your hero picks can't support the enemy team going into them. So you have to play very far back, which hurts your tanks because your tanks are trying to play together. This is the reason why you run Bab Lucia with this. The Lucia speed, which just enables your Reinhardt, and the Bab, which just enables the double shield and like for really good healing. Also with Immort for Flux. So there's you should not be running. You should not be running. You should not be running on his Zed. It's really hurting your team. Your McCree should be playing with your tanks. But then look, Brock's gonna die here because everyone fucking leaves him up there alone. Like, what do you expect Brock or the tanks to do? They're trying to hold it, but they don't have anything to disengage them. They're stuck up there. And you guys just leave him alone. Your McCree pulls back. He doesn't even try to flashbang or save his tanks. He just fucking leaves them. Like, we gotta help our tanks. We can't just leave them to die. And plus, you guys are getting staggered because if you guys get killed later than they do, then you're getting staggered and you're. So sad. So you guys just left Brock to leave. You just left Brock to die. That nano there was a waste because you should be using that on your Reinhardt. And see, look, Frosty's just gonna get killed. Nano was a waste. I mean, he got his ult, but like, it didn't really push him back. It didn't really solve anything. See, look, you're gonna be using your nano on your Reinhardt to help him engage. That was a good trance, but then like they're just gonna blade you. You don't have anything for blade. Like you only have sleep, but that's like if you're gonna sleep, and then I'm not being rude, but you guys aren't. You don't have that high of a chance of hitting one. I mean, if he's going with the other ankle, you have the 0 chance of hitting one. You guys basically lose the fight because your support lineup. Like I'm trying to explain this as quick as I can, as effectively as I can, but if any of this isn't correct or if I sound rude, I'm just in a fucking rush.
Switching sides.
Okay. So back onto composition. You guys lost your attack because of your composition. You rotated fine, but all the enemy team, all Spin had to do was just suffocate you and drop on top of you. Oh, look over there. God, I'm upset. So the composition you ran. Your composition doesn't work. This is back to what I was talking about far. One hero can affect your entire team to lose. Like, there's nothing more I can say about it.
Ready for battle.
I'm just waiting for you guys to pick so I can show you, talk about it.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
This is a double shield map. I don't know why you guys are running Ryan Zarya into it. You guys made the correct rotations like later on to go in here and underneath, but all the enemy team had to do is drop and surround you. And you died. Over and over again. Your composition is what killed you here.
4,
I don't know what you guys are doing. Like your
2, 1. Attackers
your support
incoming.
lineup does not enable your tanks. Your TPS lineup does not enable your tanks. Your tank lineup doesn't enable anything. You're not gonna go well against them. And you should know this by just looking straight at the comp. You guys should either run double shield, or if you really wanted to run Ryan Zarya, which was not the pick here and completely the wrong, you should be running Ryan Sig. Yep, see, they're just gonna pick you apart. That's all they do. Like, your composition is just, it's not gonna do anything against this comp because you can never get close to them. And even if you do get close, they're just gonna drop us around you. Like, what are you gonna do against that? No, I'm not gonna go over it because I've got over it before, and at the moment, this is just so scuffed. So, I'm gonna end this because you already know what happens. I know this is a scuffed map, and I know I'm probably scuffed right now, but Sorry for the weird video. Sorry for being scuffed and actually good in the beginning and dog shit in the end, but I couldn't really do anything about it. But like your composition is what killed you. I don't know if you guys needed help with making compositions or if you just wanted to run this because you thought it'd be better. But I can like if you need to just ask me like for help or like I may not be your coach anymore, but I still want to help. I still have passionate coaching, so please let me know. This video was scuffed, and I apologize. I'm probably just gonna make notes instead of post this video. But your composition is what really killed you. From what it killed you in the last fight and this fight as well. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing more I can really go over. Like, you guys are just gonna rotate again underneath. They're just gonna surround you, killed you. Card's gonna pop up later on, but he's one little Hanzo man against a team of what? He killed like 3 against a Ryan. No, against the Orisa Hog and like Bastion. I think was what was left. So again, your composition just really killed you.